the Australian-born punter Mitch Wishnowsky to get things going.
And we are underway from Hard Rock Stadium.
And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. Here is Tua Tagovailoa heading out to lead this Miami offense.
And when you watch him play, everything just looks like it comes so naturally to him. When he's dialed in and finds that zone, passes are crisp. He sees and he takes charge as the leader of this offense.
Throwing to start here is Tua. Throw caught by Achane. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run. From up near the 40 now after the big play to start. Here's another 1st and 10. Looking to pass. Tua. Got a man complete to Cedric Wilson. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. 11 yards for number 11. Pretty good start right off the bat there with throws 1 and 2.
He's not locking in on just one target early, is he? Spreading it around a little bit as this game gets started.
Back-to-back first downs. Meanwhile, Tua's throws taken in by Waddle. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
On play action, here's Tua. He'll dump this off to Achane. 2 yards on the pickup there. And now it's 3rd and 4. And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive. He's got his running back out of the backfield. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down. They needed 4. He doubled that. He wound up getting 8. Solid opening drive so far, Charles. They've moved this football into field goal range, but you know that they want to cap this off with 6 and not 3.
Absolutely. As one of the better coaches in the league always tells me, on offense, I want to throw body blows all game long and finish it with uppercuts. Well, here are the body blows right now. He's hoping in one uppercut will take care of the end of this drive.
2nd and 10. And again, it's Tagovailoa. Open here is Allison. That's complete. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
Throwing is Tagovailoa on 3rd down here. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. Dre Greenlaw getting home on that one.
Partner, you know what I'm going to say before I even say it.
Yeah, you just cannot take a sack in that spot.
You're exactly right. You can't take a sack in that spot. Potentially now, a 3-point swing right there.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. So here are the Niners now to get their first drive. And they'll be led out by their 3rd-year quarterback.
And you'd think as a young QB there'd be some nerves leading an offense out to start a game, but haven't seen any sign of them right now. And speaking with him earlier this week, sensed that the pressure wouldn't get to him. face of this offense and shouldering the expectations on game day, even if he doesn't quite have the years of experience other quarterbacks do.
Play action, and now here's Purdy to throw it. There's a short one caught by Uzama, and he'll be out of bounds near the 30. In fact, right on the 30.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
First carry for Christian McCaffrey. And McCaffrey going to pick up a Niners first down as he'll get this up to the 32.
And Brandon, you know that expression? He just does what he does. It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL. And all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key first downs and big runs.
Back to the ground on first. It's McCaffrey. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
I thought he did a nice job there setting an edge and make sure nothing could get to the outside. But he decided that wasn't enough for him. Worked his way back inside and made the tackle on the ball carrier.
Purdy looking to throw. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at third down.
That's an early scramble that can be viewed positively by either side. From the offensive point of view, it begins to establish it as a possibility to keep it on certain plays. And defensively, they avoided giving up a huge play in one of their first tests in containing a quarterback on the run.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a 49ers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere. And they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well. And that's what they just did on that play.
This is Samuel. And good penetration here. He'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line. Deshaun Elliott up to make the play defensively. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Throwing on second down, it's Purdy. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. The Niners passing game in sync now. They've got another first down.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially those pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rush 12 times in a game.
And Purdy, he's going to shift him around into something else. On first down, this is McCaffrey. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early, because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
Less than a minute to go here in a scoreless first quarter to this point. They go play action here. Purdy. That ball caught. Brandon Ayuk. It's so close. He gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
And that's a nice job of working his way open down in the red zone. Looked that one in and then made a beeline for the pylon. He didn't quite get there, and you want to give him a little extra for the effort. But instead, he sets his guys up in excellent shape with a first and goal.
And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. Christian McCaffrey taking it in from a yard out. And the Niners will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. So both sides of the football contributing here early. Their defense forces the punt, and then the offense takes it down the field and punches it in on the short touchdown run.
And, Brandon, that's good complementary football, and that's what they're going to need if they want to get out of here victorious.
Moody good with the extra point.
And that makes the score 7-0. A 10-play drive that time.
And the last play on the drive, the touchdown run from Christian McCaffrey. Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble to bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27. So Miami coming out for their second drive. The defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. Elliott on first down, going to be taken down behind the line of scrimmage.
He was taken down behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 26-yard line.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter from Miami. It's the Dolphins with the football as they've got it 2nd down and 11.
And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Elliott. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Now a stoppage here as it looks like we've got a Dolphin shaken up on the play.
Well, injury's never good, especially here in the preseason. Hopefully nothing serious. They'll take a look at him and we'll step aside for a moment.
A first down carry by Elliott. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
As soon as he leaked out and began his route, someone on the defensive side broke with him and arrived just in time to separate him from another reception.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Here's Rush to throw.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw.
He'll flip this out to Evans.
And he's got this down to the 35. Good work after the catch. Gets him 15 and a first down.
But they've certainly done a nice job spreading the ball around on this drive. This time he gets it out to his back, and it's another nice play and another first down. They got the defense on their heels a little bit. They're reacting instead of being aggressive and making plays.
A run there on first down and a pretty good one of 5 yards, so make it 2nd and 5.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in to dominate the line of scrimmage.
Evans gets it again on 2nd down. And just good downhill running there as he'll take this to the 15-yard line.
The Miami first down on a 14-yard pickup.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at them and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense. And on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. Up the middle, here's Elliott. And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Vision is so important for the man in the middle, because his ability to look through all the clutter that's happening in front of him, diagnose a play, and then go make it and finish it, that's when the great ones know that they have the goods.
And that's good for a gain of 6. And now that sets up 3rd and 2.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play, because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end, Now it gives them much better opportunity to convert on third down.
Rush here on third down. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. A third down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough. Elliott is not going to get a whole lot, maybe a yard down to the 3. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal. Looking at this now, you got a couple more cracks here this close. Sneak it.
I don't think even go into a huddle. Just line up, snap it, and fall in behind those guys into the end zone.
And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. And he'll keep working toward that end zone as he's down to about the 2-yard line. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
And this is why aggressive defense coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
They'll try to run it in with Elliott. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. Hold everything because we got an injury, and it's a notable one. Ezekiel Elliott in some discomfort following that last play. Boy, you hate to see this before the regular season even begins. And we'll take a break and come back. More preseason action in a moment. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Back out there comes the 49ers offense ready for their second drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
From the 35, here's 2nd down and 2. They'll come up on a 1st and 10. Up the middle, here's Mitchell. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3, our score. Behind the chain, 2nd and 12. They'll try to throw here now. Bridgewater. Screen play, setting it up for Mitchell. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It'll go as a first down for San Francisco on a pickup of 16.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense...
And down he goes. The pressure getting to Bridgewater. It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on first down to set him back on 2nd.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Bridgewater. That is caught. It's Uzomah. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 31-yard line. Now a timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. First down, Bridgewater. Drops this underneath, it's Mitchell. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half.
From the 23, this is 2nd and 3.
From the gun, Bridgewater.
That's another one complete to Mitchell.
And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9.
Well, hang on now. We're going to pause here. We've got an injured player. Well, injury's never good, especially here in the preseason. Hopefully nothing serious. They'll take a look at him, and we'll step aside for a moment.
To throw, Bridgewater. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. It's a loss of 5 there on the sack to bring up 2nd and goal. And now the Niners going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. It's 2nd and goal, but now all the way back at the 14. Now it's a bootleg with Bridgewater. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He put that one up in the red zone. An excellent play. One that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? Now Bridgewater. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock. Well, so a drive that spans all that time, and yet you may only come away with 3 points here.
Well, your defense. Like these long drives, they get to rest over on the sidelines for a while, but when you're not finishing with points in terms of touchdowns, that's frustrating. They've got to figure out how to close out these long drives and get 6s instead of 3s.
And his kick is indeed good, and they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. Still a little bit of time left here in the second quarter, but they do get 3 before the half and expand that lead.
And they have to be happy about that. And we haven't met a team yet that doesn't put an emphasis on trying to get points on the board in the last 2 minutes of a half. They'll be real excited to have those up on the board.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Here's Rush on 2nd down.
Little short pass here to Hill. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. A final shot before break. Rush. He's going to float this one deep right side. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So we have reached halftime in our...
Well, we all miss football in the offseason, but apparently not everybody missed halftime. We skip right over it. We get back to the action.
Welcome Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. Probably not likely to see many starters in the second half as we get back at it underway in this preseason opener. He'll bring it out of the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. And we're going to stop play here, at least momentarily. It looks like there is a 49er who's in some discomfort. Boy, you hate to see this before the regular season even begins. We'll take a break and come back. More preseason action in a moment. Second half begins with a carry by Mitchell. And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Here's Bridgewater. Flushed out right. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
Partner just a second earlier, and they might have had him because they certainly thought they were going to close in and drop him behind the line of scrimmage, but he had just enough time to dodge the pressure, and he ends up getting yardage before being stopped.
Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. On third down, Bridgewater. They'll run the screen with Mitchell. And they will stop him short. They get him to the ground at the 27. No first down. They do get 7 out of that, but not enough to prevent a fourth down. Here comes the 49ers punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. Fielded at about the 28. It's a 41-yard punt, but just a net of 31 following the run back. And it'll be Dolphin football. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. Rush working from the gun. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. The corner blitz pays off there as they sack him for a loss of 5.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in third and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Pass to the sideline and pulled in. Down the left sideline. All the way in and through Miami touchdown. Eric Ezukama, 69 yards. And the Dolphins are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And we are even at 10 apiece. Nothing separating these two teams on the scoreboard as the kick's away here. And he'll elect not to run with it. The fair catch will move this out to the 25-yard line. And San Francisco gets set to go here. We got a brand new ball game, all even after that last touchdown, so every drive now becoming a little more critical here in the second half. Here's Mitchell now to kick off the drive. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
Good yardage there on first down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your second down play.
Right back to Mitchell on second down. And Mitchell going to have a 49ers first down as he'll get this out past the 35-yard line. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. So from the 36 now, first and 10. Here's Bridgewater. Able to find Gray here. And he is going to lose yardage here. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. To throw is Bridgewater. And that is incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, it was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. And a fair catch called for, made just outside the 15-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
The Dolphins offense now heads back on the field.
Now this game, it has obviously been all about the defense on both sides of the football. Which offense is going to break through here? We'll see if they can do it on this drive.
Now a throw here to his running back. So the completion good for 6 yards, and it'll be second down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. A Miami first down on the 14-yard pickup.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
They'll go right back to Evans here on first down.
And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play.
So statistically, both of these offenses having a rough time getting a running game going. But, boy, what a nice play there defensively.
Tackling him behind the line, but you're right. You look at the numbers. Neither side looks on track in the ground game.
Out of the shotgun, Rush.
He'll get that one complete to counter. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first.
To throw is Rush.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
Rush to throw on first down. Pass complete as Akama with it.
Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and that will bring up 2nd down.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
From the 43, here's 2nd down and 5.
Rush. Little short pass here to Hill. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play, and that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Evans gets it again on 2nd down.
And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. 3 quarters have come and gone. You're watching preseason football on EA Sports. Back now in Miami. Knotted up here at 10. That's our score as we begin quarter number 4.
Rush with it on first down. They'll get this one to Ezekama.
That'll go for a gain of 7, and that's going to bring up second down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. 4 yards on the play, and that leads to the first and goal.
Sometimes I get almost mesmerized watching these runners who have great...
They'll run here with Evans.
And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line.
60 yards rushing for him now to this point.
That's good hard running right there on first and goal. That gets him down to the 2 and puts a lot more pressure on that defense.
So they've been in the red zone 3 times, and it's yielded just 3 points. Can they find the end zone here on second and goal? Now Rush to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
That's a pretty play there. Got in at the last second, helped force the ball free, and kept them out of the end zone.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, third and goal.
Evans will score. Touchdown, Miami.
And this is a time of game where offensive lines can really dictate a team's fortune. It's been a tough battle. They've been out there for a long time. But this was a question of who can wear down who. And that's excellent work to put a long drive together and finish it with a touchdown run to take the lead.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Here's Oliver.
And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. Francisco's off. To the field. And now they'll look to answer working from behind. And remember, this offense has sputtered yet to score. Change that here. They'll start with a run by Mitchell.
And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage.
In on the tackle is the lineman, Perrion Winfrey. This run defense has been pretty stout all game long. Now you're here in the fourth quarter. Just rely more on the passing attack.
I don't think you have any choice, and I don't think you have to dress it up at all either. Throughout the first 3 quarters, you're still trying to convince the defense that you may run the football. That's out the window right now. Protect, let your quarterback operate, and try and find some targets in the open field downfield.
Now they go screen. It's complete. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 13 yards there and a Niner first.
Well, they've certainly had their share of troubles running the football in this one, but this play is almost an extension of the running game right here. They set up the screen, let him work out in space on the perimeter, and he turns it into a big pickup.
On first down, it's Stevens. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage.
And we're going to stop play here, at least momentarily. It looks like there is a 49er who's in some discomfort. Well, injury's never good, especially here in the preseason. Hopefully nothing serious. They'll take a look at him, and we'll step aside for a moment.
Now Hill. Over the middle, and he's got Gray. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And now third down and 6 to go. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. The Niners on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 6. Back to throw. Hill. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. Emmanuel Ogbah that time, able to drop him for a loss.
Well, how about that? A dime set. Defensive backs. None of them blitz. They're just back there in coverage. Defensive lineman gets the sack.
That's where the O-line, they go to the sideline, they keep their helmets on so the cameras can't find them, right?
Yeah, the cameras can't find them, but I know one thing. The O-line coach will.
So a change of possession here on the punt.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. They'll begin on the ground with Evans. He finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be 2nd down.
I like that run right there, partner. Not the flashiest run, not the one that's going to break for big yardage, but he understands the situation, and taking care of the football, paramount, and he got it done.
Nursing that slim lead, you're exactly right. Hold on to that ball. The throw over the middle, taken in. And a good job there getting to him quickly after the catch as he's brought down right at the midfield stripe. That one a gain of 20 and a 1st down.
They go play action with Rush.
And he knocks the ball away and it falls incomplete.
We know he has a lot of confidence in his arm and likes to force it downfield, but the coverage was tight there. Fortunate it wasn't picked off.
Now a 2nd and 10.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Gets this one to Hill. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 39. The Dolphin passing game rolling here. They've got another 1st down. Here's Rush to throw.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
This is certainly a team that has proven it likes to target its backs through the air, and defensively, they were aware of that and certainly were prepared on that throw.
2nd down, a throw coming from Rush. Out route to Hill, complete.
They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
They'll try and run for it with Evans.
Well, this is not going to be enough. Was in search of 2 yards and only got halfway there.
When a good play is made on defense, oftentimes leverage is the key to everything. Defensive line not getting turned, all the other guys making sure they're in the right spot, and on that play, they were able to stop them short of a 1st down.
And they'll run for it with Evans. Evans, fast footwork, and he will have a Dolphins 1st down. They only needed 1, but it ends up being a gain of 6 and moves the chains. 4th quarter,
Down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll stay on the ground. Evans again. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
And remember, no overtime here in preseason. This offense hoping that's a moot issue as they try to finish this one off. On 2nd down, a run with Evans. And he is going to have a Miami 1st down, and the Dolphins are going to win the football game.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a 1st down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
14-yard line, 2nd and 11. Straight ahead, it's Evans. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Now the Niners going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock. Well, partner, it's just preseason, but it always feels good to be in victory formation, taking the knee for the W.
Yeah, I've often thought to myself when I watch these preseason games, some teams need the wins more than others. You know, if you're established and you're used to winning, not quite the same. But if you're trying to learn how to win, it's important to get it done. And to be able to kneel down at the end, even better.
Well, that second half, Charles, a little bit different from the first. Not only did we have the lead change after intermission, but they were able to pitch